Hold on. Hold on. We're getting situated here. One moment. We're a little crooked. Come on, YouTube, catch up. I'm waiting. I can never tell if I'm actually live. Okay, here we go. I can never tell if I'm... See, it's a good thing. I was having a whole damn conversation. And I wasn't live yet, even though it says live here, but not over there. Hi. I should be sitting in front of this damn window to have better lighting on me, but no. The sun's too low and it's in my damn face. So we're going to sit like this, okay? We're literally sitting crooked on my bed. And I have one of those foam mattresses, so I'm like sinking. But it's a comfortable sinking because I love this bed. Anyway, hello, my loves. My HBICs. How are you? I just put a piece of gum in. You know the deal. I'm not taking it out. Okay? I'll do my best not to chew it too much. But I'm not taking it out. It's waste. I just put it in. I don't know why I put it in. I knew better. I did it anyway. I did it without even thinking. As soon as I put it in, I started chewing and had the delightful taste in my mouth. I'm like, oh, fuck. Am I supposed to have gum in my mouth when I start talking? But then I'm like, wait a minute. It's your channel. Chew all the gum you want, bitch. Like, yeah, chew all the gum I want. So, hi. Let's see. I'm going to stay live until dinner arrives. It's getting delivered. SP is downstairs, ready to answer that damn door for the food. And I'm going to stay live until then. Because I was planning on going live tomorrow, Mother's Day and all, you know. But I don't know when I'm going to be able to. So this is my just in case. Am I bracing for the impact? No, I'm being sarcastic. I said I better go live tonight just in case. Okay. Yes. Okay. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me catch up. Huh, guys. Thank you so much. If you join the chat, please hit the like button. And then she gave me a happy early birthday, Kim. Thank you so much. I love you, Hawkeyes. I do. Loyal since day one. That's why I love you so much. Autumn, thank you very much. Can't stick around, but hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you so much. Look at me looking all snatched. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? We had a day trip. You know what I mean? We went to his mom's house today for the day before Mother's Day. Thank you, Hawkeyes. Call it out, Yala. Yala G. Call it out. Yeah. 111. Yes, but now it's 118. Thank you for the early birthday wishes. Much appreciated. Can you believe I'm going to be 49? It's my last year in my 40s. I can't lie to you. I don't give a rat's ass. I really don't care. I don't care about age. I used to care. I don't care anymore, you know? So, let's see. Thank you, Hawkeyes. Yeah, guys, could you hook a bitch up? There's 120 of you. Really? Hook a bitch up. Thank you. Ruby B, thank you very much. Ooh, God damn it. All right, hold on. I'm going back. I realized that what I truly want in my life is freedom. My focus has been there and I feel good, but since I have been telling myself that I'm not my past, it feels lonely, like something is missing. How about I take the button out to dinner first? Yes, please. Okay. I'm not sure what you mean, Ruby B. I'm not my past. That makes you feel lonely or like something is missing. I'm wondering why. Why do you feel like something? Well, let me tell you this. Hitman is in the building first. Let me say that first. Happy early Mother's Day and birthday to you, mistress, and all the other mothers in the HBIC universe. Thank you, Hitman Thornton. He's another one that's been loyal. Day one. Ruby, I'm finding this interesting. Let me say this. I know that for some people, if they've had shitty experiences and have grown because of those experiences, right? And they look at themselves as, I know those experiences that I went through, we can call them traumatic experiences. They were unfair that I had to go through them, but I feel as like I'm a stronger person. I've grown because of those experiences. And that I completely understand and I respect that. But I think, Ruby, maybe I can change the way you're looking at it. Maybe I can change the way you're looking at it. That you telling yourself that you're not your past doesn't have to mean that you are taking away from yourself the growth, right? The growth. Listen, I know because I've been asked this question before. I think my traumatic experiences has made me a stronger individual. I don't want to lose that if I go and revise my past. You don't have to. There are infinite versions of you. So there's a version of you who's just as strong, just as powerful, but at the same time doesn't have the trauma from their past. There are infinite versions of you. You can be any version of yourself you want. It sounds to me like it's a letting go, because let me say this too. If we've been a victim of anything, we can get into a place where we were almost like dependent on that pain, dependent on that trauma. It became such a part of our life, right? And remember, on my channel, my belief is trauma is relevant per person. It's not for one of us to tell another person their circumstance isn't trauma. We have no right to say that to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So why don't you see, because listen, if you don't want to forget the past, that's fine too. But you can look at it as it's not going to hold you back anymore. There's going to be other things to fill your life with. See what I'm saying? There should be other things to fill your life with. You're manifesting your dream life. So it's not going to be boring and lonely for you. So try not to look at it like that, Ruby. You're literally manifesting your dreams so that you are feeling like your life is full of joy. So it's not going to feel lonely. Only if you keep telling yourself that it's going to. Okay? Let's see. Corina, thank you very much. Kim, I love you. Please hype me up. I love you too. Thank you so much. Okay. My SP was with someone for a long... I just spit all over the place, just so you know. Okay. My SP was with someone for a long time right before me. I need to remember that I'm not a rebound and that is the old 3D limiting beliefs. Love you. Oh my God, Karina, I resonate so much with that. I resonate with that, girl. I feel you on that particular thought. And listen, that fucking limiting belief of the limited 3D world that, oh my God, if the guy you're dating was in a long-term relationship, you're just the fucking rebound. That's a fucking limited piece of the 3D world. It's a limited belief. And people buy into that belief, and it's so bullshit. It's so bullshit. So what? Every single person you date after you get out of a relationship's an automatic fucking rebound? No. It's choice. It's because we have been conditioned to buy into that shit. And it is bullshit. It's bullshit. And use yourself as an example. I use myself as an example. I've had a 10-year relationship. God forbid you think I would think of that relationship when I would say that I'm never going to have a relationship more than 2 years. But I would always conveniently forget about my first relationship, which was 10 years, by the way. But anyway, the first person I dated after that was not a fucking rebound. Wasn't a rebound for me. You see what I'm saying? It's what you think. Okay, it's what you think. So you decide, Karina. You're not the rebound. You're the one that is finally fulfilling your SP. You're the one fulfilling him, okay, as he's fulfilling you. But don't buy into that shit, because it is a limited bullshit belief. Seriously, that one irritates me. Fuck that, Karina. I don't know why my throat is so itchy, so. All right, so I want to say more. And honestly, Karina, what's a long time? What's a long time? How long was he with the previous person? Because unless you're going to tell me it was 100 years, it's not a long time. I don't care. It's not a long time. Unless it's 100 years, it's not a long time. Period. And not to mention, there are infinite versions of you, infinite versions of him. And if it bothers you that much, then let's just revise that he wasn't in that long-term relationship. So you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to fucking care. Don't listen to the world's, the 3D world's limiting beliefs. Don't accept them as yours. Please don't. Fuck that entirely. Lots of window-licking coaches out there. I know. God, I know. And I need to stop focusing on that because I keep fucking seeing it. They keep showing up on my For You pages. And then I get irritated. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then Brittany and I share an irritation together on a certain thing too. We share it. Brittany knows what I'm talking about. It's irritating and rude. Whatever. All right. Karina, I just want to say it again. Fuck that. Okay? Ooh. Rania, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, Brittany. All right. Limitless Queen, Batch, thank you very much. You're looking good, Kim, Batch. Losing weight. Yes, I am. Thank you so much. I'm sweating my tits off. I'm losing weight right now. Sweating. It's fucking hot. It's hot upstairs because I closed my bedroom door so the air conditioning don't get in here. That's not why I closed my door. I closed my door so poop don't get in here, to be honest. Get into my fucking shit. But so then the air conditioning doesn't get in here because I closed the door. You know what I'm saying? Summer, thank you very much. Kim ran into SP last night with friends, and he was talking to a girl and acted so nonchalant towards me, told me I looked nice and said, okay, nice to see you. Okay. So he acted nonchalant towards you. Is that what you're saying? Why do we care? Why are we letting that bother us? Is that the version of him you want? No. So he can be out doing what he's doing, and you can still be deciding that he only wants you. Don't give it the meaning. It felt like old story. He was being weird. Let me ask you this. The moment you saw him and you had the initial with him, did you feel your state shift in that moment? Just out of curiosity. He's sending me pictures. I can't. Babe, hold on. One moment. Okay, that's not going to work. He's sending me pictures from downstairs, and I can't see them. It's humid here. I'm on fire. Summer, I want to know, when you had that first interaction, when you first saw him, right? The first moment your thought went, Look at him acting all fucking nonchalant, like I don't fucking matter. Did you feel your state shift? Just out of curiosity. It felt like, oh, hey, there he is. Let me go say hi. And he tried to be funny and act like he didn't see me. He was nice and stuff, but it felt almost dismissive. Okay. And so from there, how was the rest of your night? Where was your thinking? Because honestly, listen, this is what I wanted to say this, but I don't want you to think I'm saying it from a place of fucking get over it, Summer, because it's not what I mean, but who fucking cares, Summer? Who cares? Say that was old story playing out. Say that was old manifestation. Who cares? You're still going to get what you want. You're still going to get it. Almost like he's overcorrecting because last week he was super excited to see me, so he's trying to play it overly cool. Why not decide that? I'm probably overthinking him. I know you are overthinking. I know you are. Listen, you return to your state. You know your state. You know who you need to be. You know what version of yourself that you're deciding to be. You return there. He has no free will. No free will. Yeah, that's why I need you today to just tell myself he's still seeing the light and only wants me. Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen. I'm only able to judge you guys in the SP category. And I'm only able to answer SP questions the way I do because I fucking lived it. So there are fuzzies fuzzing around me because I lived it. I've had the same exact experiences, Summer, where I instantly was in front of SP and felt like old story was here. And for me, I'm an emotional person. I think y'all know that by now. Duh. I'm highly emotional. Okay. And I will allow myself in emotion if it's necessary. Meaning if it bubbles up into tears, I let the tears come. If that means I got to remove myself from the room, I fucking will. But I don't beat myself up for it. I allow it. And then I center my fucking self. I center myself and I remind myself of who the fuck I am. And for me, who the fuck I am always starts with who I really am at my core. Consciousness. Then I decide who the fuck I am. And it always ends up working out. The 3D always ends up calibrating. Right? It always does. It always ends up working out. And I always end up getting what I want. Always. It's going to work out for you too. You're going to get what you want too. Right? That's not just a special rule for my 3D. It's for all of your 3D. Decide it. Who fucking cares how he showed up? He was all into your ass the last time you saw him, which was just a week ago, I think. If it wasn't last week, it was a week before. Right? There's no change. He didn't suddenly get over you. No, because he doesn't have the free will to. He's just reflecting. He's just reflecting. Reflecting who you used to be. So in other words, if he showed up in a way that felt unfavorable to you, then it's a manifestation of your old self. It's not for you to worry about. Fuck that. Right? We don't accept anything we're not happy with. Our job is to decide who we want to be and return there. Yep. Yes, I'll just return the state of I'm the hot dream girl he's chasing after and obsessed with. I love that. I'm the girl who always gets the guy. I'm the girl who always gets the guy I want, period. That's who you are. I'm the one who always gets it. I'm the version of myself that always gets what I want. Seriously. Just decide it. I know that's easy. It's easy for me to say. I'm going to say something. So the other day I don't know if it was a TikTok video or one of my Instagram videos, but someone in the comments made a comment, and then then of course someone else jumped in and agreed with that comment of saying decide makes it sound like it's so easy, and sometimes it's not easy. And I was pulled in two directions, so I chose not to respond to it, but I left it up. I chose not to respond to it because I wanted to respond to Sassy Kim, but I didn't. But what I want to say is, in my heart, I know there are days where it doesn't feel easy. I know that. I'm alive too. I'm experiencing a 3D world too. So I know it's not always easy. But at the same time, when we are consistently telling ourselves that sometimes it's just not easy, sometimes it's hard, it's not always easy, it's hard, it's not always easy, it's hard. Hi, welcome to the checkout line of it's always fucking hard, and it's not so easy. Period. This is a journey of choosing to be a version of self. Period. It is. We have to decide to be versions of ourselves. We forget we are gods. We forget. And we fall back into our 3D and we allow that to tell us who we are. And that's not how this works. We decide who we are and the 3D follows up. What I didn't say is decide who you are and then look at the 3D and see if it's here yet. And if it's not here yet, heavy fucking, a spiral fit and decide this isn't working and go back to your victim state and then be shocked, horror, and dismayed that nothing's here yet. It's decide who you are. Deny your senses to your 3D world until you're happy with what you see in it. If you don't like what you see, you don't accept that as final. And you keep returning to who you want to be. Period. Period. I know that sounds simplistic. It sounds flippant when I say it. But it's really just that. But you see, because you're humans, just like me, there might be days where it feels uncomfortable, and that's okay. But at the same time, we don't want to keep labeling it as it's hard, it's a bad day, it's hard, it's not always easy, it's hard, it's not always easy. No, stop the victim talk, and we're going to push on through. And if you feel like today's just a shit human day, that's okay. Have your emotions. Have them out. Get it out of your system. It's okay. It is okay. But we're not going to wallow in victim land. That doesn't get us our damn manifestations. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but Summer, that's not what you were doing. So that message wasn't for you. It's just that led into that sidetrack. But girl, you've got nothing to worry about. Honestly. Don't be fooled by the boring 3D versions of our specific people. If they're not the versions we want of them yet, do not take their word. Do not just accept how they're showing up. And listen, what I mean by don't accept it, I just mean don't accept it as final. Don't accept it as final. We don't have to say anything to them in the 3D if we don't want to. But don't accept it as final. They're not showing up right? Well, fuck that version of them. Let's go back to being the version of ourselves that we want to be. And we'll just go into the mode of, I'm having my manifestation. This is who I am now. I'm the girl or the guy that has manifestations. I have no limiting beliefs because I know I'm pure consciousness. So I know that means that I'm also limitless and flawless. And I get to choose any version of myself that I want to be. And I'm just going to keep choosing until this boring fucking 3D collapses. And the 3D I want is here with the version of my specific person that I want. Because that's what happens when I decide to be a version of myself. I get what I want. And as you keep experiencing moments like that, meaning when you're recognizing like, holy shit, this was something I wanted. It's here. How surreal. The more you experience that, the less you're going to be thrown off by your 3D. And the more you're going to realize to put your trust and your faith and your belief into your imagination. and not that fucking 3D. Because that 3D, no matter how real it feels, that's the illusionary world. That's the matrix out there. It's the matrix. Up here is the true world that we're pushing out, that we're projecting out. So don't you be fooled by this bullshit out here. If SPs are not showing up, that we will not fuck them entirely. That's the wrong version of them anyway, so we don't give a fuck what happens to them, okay? Time for you to go and collapse so the real one can come in. Thank you very much. Thanks for wasting my time today. Simple as that. Don't be fooled, right? This is a journey of discernment. Discernment as in, okay, I don't like what I'm seeing out here. This isn't what I was wanting. That's not the version of myself that I've been saying I am. So get the fuck out of my 3D. Thank you very much. Goodbye. You're not wanted here. You don't belong to me. You're in the wrong 3D. Bye. Bye, bitch. Bye. Bye. I'm not even kidding though, but it's really like that. Bye. You're in the wrong reality. Sorry, you got to go. Wrong SB. Thank you. You're not reflecting who the fuck I think I am, so you're the wrong one. Stop bugging me. Don't talk to me anymore. Stop talking to me. Don't look at me. I'm being a little exaggerative, but you know what I'm saying. Fuck them. They're the wrong version anyway. Go back to deciding who you want to be and watch their asses show up right, and they will. And I know that sounds really kind of shitty. I know that sounds like I'm thinking of them as like robots and flesh blobs. They're not. But you're not fixing that SP, guys. You're not fixing that SP that's making you unhappy right now. You're not fixing them. You're not changing them. You're picking a different one. Same body, same physical body, same sexy face, same sexy voice, probably same cologne or perfume, but a completely different fucking personality that matches who we believe we are. See what I mean? So don't be tricked. Wow, Shan1111, you're kind of a piece of shit, so you're going to have to go. Thanks. That was me responding to my 3D. Shan, you're a piece of shit. How about that? Don't write your filth here. Okay? You're fucking filth. Anyway. Don't worry about your 3D. Honestly. Don't. So I know that's easy for me to say, but don't. Don't. Fake world. New world coming. Mystic Princess, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. Thanks for the sesh this week. I feel good and reassured, and I was just wondering if you have any other advice for me other than just staying in the state because I am on the cusp of receiving it. You are on the cusp. You are on that cusp, okay? You are on that cusp. But as far as any other advice, so I think our number one thing is let's, excuse me, what? Desiree, you manifested a date with Joseph Ally? Oh, do tell. Do tell. You know I'm a nosy one. I love hearing details. Okay, Mystic Princess. I'm so glad you're back here. I'm so glad you're back. Okay. So, I guess if I had to give like my number one advice, obviously the number one advice is always what? Return to the version of self that has the desire, period. Despite what you're seeing, experiencing, or not seeing and experiencing in our 3D. It's always return. That's the number one. But number two is if you're finding yourself upset because we're thinking it's not here yet, in those moments, we want to reassure ourselves. Oh, wait, I'm very happy too. I was so happy to meet you this week. Exactly, me too. I was so excited. I'm going to claim that as a manifestation. But if we're feeling upset over our 3D, you know, that it's not here yet, or, you know, the dreaded, I've been on this journey for however long, if I feel like it should have been here by now, that kind of thinking. In those moments, okay, I think my biggest fear is that it will be September and he will still not be here, so trying to get over that. Understandable. Totally, listen, understandable. I know. Our human side fears dates. We fear dates. But we also know that we are pure consciousness. We're pure consciousness. Now, in reality, let's keep it real. You know, what do we call them? Like time crunch manifestations, they happen every day. So you don't try not to fear a future date, because the last position we want to be in is the bracing for impact feeling. We don't want to get in the place of fearing of an upcoming month, right? It's May. You're concerned with September. Now, not that your concerns are not valid, right? You know me, I always say how we're feeling. Our feelings are always valid. But it's May. It's May. September is many, many months away. So we should not be fearing that right now. So when our ego is throwing that thought at us, we need to stand firm in who we are. See, it always makes me feel better to say to myself, I know I'm pure consciousness. I know I am. I've seen so many changes in my personal 3D from me making decisions to be certain versions of myself. And I know most of you have had some manifestation experience, meaning you know there's things that you manifested. Even if they're not in the category that you're manifesting right now, that doesn't matter. You know you've done it. You know it's real. In your gut, you know it's real. It's just your ego making you scared. And your ego isn't doing it from an evil place. Your ego's doing it to keep you safe. I'm sorry, poop is going nuts because I think the pizza's here. But don't worry, I'm not going to get off just yet. I'm going to stay on for a little bit. But we might hear pour some sugar on me singing for him. I know he's going to try to get my attention that the food's here. Just so you know. Just be prepared for that. So, also, Mystic Princess, side note, the other day when you and I were talking, he didn't realize I was on a one-to-one call. He thought I was on a public live stream. So he did walk by singing Pour Some Sugar on Me. And I was shitting myself that you were going to hear it. Because obviously I don't like fuckery when I'm having one-to-one calls. The public live streams, that's when we have fuckery, right? That's when we have chaos. Because this is when we're partying together, right? So I'm like, I know my face froze at some point during our call. And that's why good. Because as soon as we got off that call, I ran out. So I'm like, motherfucker, I was on a call. He's like, I thought you were on a live stream. I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, fucking pour some sugar on me. Damn, don't do that on my coaching calls. Anyways, so Mountain Dew fun. I know, and I don't have any. I'm actually having one of my own concoctions. All right, so back to Mystic Princess. So when we're stressing anything related, like it's not here yet. I've been doing this journey for however long. I'm afraid it won't be here by such and such time. We know instantly in that moment, we're not deciding to be a version of ourselves. We're allowing ourselves to go to a less favorable state because we're allowing that yucky thought that comes in. And remember, ego is only trying to protect us. Ego is not evil. I know we've all kind of demonized that ego of ours, but the ego is still a part of us. And it was created by consciousness for us to have. So it serves its purpose. Okay. But it's like an annoying little sister or brother. I have a younger brother, so. But actually, it was my sister who was more annoying, but I loved her. She was annoying. My nieces watch this. I love you, and I love your mom. She was a bitch to grow up with. That's all, you know. All right, so if we let the thought in, right? We let that thought in. We let it marinate. And we know we're letting it in, and we know we're letting it marinate when we feel it in our body. That's why I bring up, guys, use your body as your guidance system. Meaning, if a thought makes you feel a certain type of way, if it makes you feel yucky, that fucking thought doesn't belong to you anymore. That's a thought that belongs to a different version of you. Remember my sun analogy? Remember that. You're the center of that beautiful sun, but all the sun rays are all the different versions of you. So obviously, I think it makes sense if you're the all-powerful sun, that you might hear some thoughts that belong to a different version of you. Okay? You might hear some. And scary thoughts about time belongs to a version of ourselves that doesn't have our manifestation. It does not belong to the version of ourselves that has the manifestation. But I do want to say this. Hold on, I want to read this. Felt so good after our session, Kim. I can't even tell you how grateful I am. Literally feeling like I am so close any day now. Last few days, hours of solo vacation. Just got to get over this one fear. And I totally understand. Trust me, I totally understand that. And I'm glad you were feeling good after our call. I'm so glad. And if y'all could have seen my reaction when I realized it was her, when she told me what her YouTube username was, I nearly shit myself. I was so happy because I told her, I think I said this in my channel membership, that I didn't say it was you. I said that, I thought about, the person who asked me a question in the Sunday live stream. I thought about you all night long and all the next day and blah, blah, blah. And I told her that, yeah. So I'm glad you thought it was great. Okay, good. But listen, we're humans, and we're going to get human thoughts sometimes. Is it here? Okay. I'll be down shortly. Huh? What? Get out. I thought for sure he'd come up singing Pour Some Sugar on Me instead, but he didn't. He just let me know the pizza was here. It's okay. I'm going to talk for a few more minutes. I told you I'm going to, okay? So. Get out. I'll be down in a minute. Okay. All right. So. Sorry. I'm going to take a sip. If I can chill. I am in love. I am. Okay. So, I also think it's important to be reminded of, don't fear your every thought. Don't fear your every thought. It's not every thought that manifests. It's your state. It's your state. Passionately, Taylor Marie. Can I just say, I don't know if I said this to you already. And if I didn't, and I'm saying it now, don't be weirded out by it, because I know I'm older, okay? But I've been binging your videos. I love your videos. It's like I'm hanging out. I'm hanging out where you live. You're taking me around the area, and I love it. And I loved your moving in videos. And I think that me and your mom, because I think that was your mom helping you move in with, I think, your brother. Yes, I've been really watching your videos. I think I would like your mom, because you guys were just moving in, and well, she was helping moving you in, and I loved when she was like letting you know where the good places to put the furniture was. I'm like, that is something I would so do to my child, because yes, my child is moving out. It's official. I don't know if I shared that with you guys yet. He's moving out. Yeah, me and your mom, I think, would be friends. I'm just gonna say I love her. I loved it because I'm like, oh my God, that's me. I would be doing that. Like, no, you should put it there. It's going to look good right there. and you were so sweet. You just let her talk without shutting her down. My kid's probably going to shut me down. No, he won't. He's going to listen to me. But anyway, yeah, that's off topic. If you didn't know, Passionately Taylor Marie has like a YouTube channel. She doesn't need me to shout her out at all. She doesn't need me to do it, but she's interesting and it's fun to watch her. You know, she's what right, because I think of, because I'm older, like she's like, what do you call it? Like a vlogger girl. So they're like vlogs and fun stuff. All right, anyway. So, I got carried away with Mystic Princess. Sorry. Guys, I really mean it when I say, don't worry. Listen, we all hear all different things and suggestions that we should do on this journey. And for some of us, when we hear a million different suggestions on what we should do on this journey, we start worrying that we need to do every single one of these suggestions. And I'm calling them suggestions because when anyone in a video is suggesting you do something to manifest, it is their personal opinion and hopefully from experience. So like me, I prefer getting into the state. Thank you, Passionately Taylor Marie. Summer Sparkle's like, Kim, I got something for you. If you think you're happy now, just wait. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Summer, I love you. You have spoiled me. Speechless, okay? You've sent me, my God. I can't even keep track. That's how much Summer has sent me. Along with now Helen and Corey. And Nicola. And GM. I'm starting to, and Nicole Betch. I'm making a special video for it. I was going to do them on the live stream, but I'm like, why am I not dedicating a whole video for this? That's what I want to do. But if you would prefer I do it in a live stream, I'll go back to doing it that way. But I've been compiling them and holding for a nice video. Anyway, I met your future. Oh, I'm so excited. Summer, you don't need to send me anything. You've been beyond good to me. Beyond. But listen, I meant what I said. My way of manifesting is deciding to be a version of myself, and how that looks every single day. Summer says live stream. Okay, I want Limitless Queen Betch's opinion too. I'm probably gonna just do both because I want to do the single video, and there's no reason why I can't do the live stream too. So I'll do both. You need my address again. Okay. It is in the description box, just so you know. But I can email you it. But you don't have to send me nothing. Anyway, my way of manifesting is making a decision. I know I keep saying this. I want to get this out. Is making a decision to be a version of myself, and how that looks, it can look differently, right? Some days maybe it's I'm in the mood to embody the feeling of being that version that I'm choosing to be. And by embodiment, it's simply asking myself, what do I think it would feel like? And I'm not going to lie, most of the time my answer is, what do I think it would feel like to have anything I'm manifesting? It's usually the same fucking answer. I'm going to feel fucking amazing. I'm going to feel happy. I'm going to feel, elated at first. And then it's going to feel natural and normal because duh, that's who I am. I'm the version of myself that is just used to having that thing. And speaking of Summer Sparkles, like using her little affirmation of, that's all I know, right? So whatever it is you're manifesting, I'm a multimillionaire because that's all I know. That's all I've ever been, right? Well, that version of yourself, that's kind of true. It's all that version of yourself has ever been. Is a multimillionaire. But so some days maybe I feel like getting into that feeling state, but I don't put the pressure on myself to feel it real every day. Feel it real. I think we overthink that so much. We stress that, like I have to feel like I have it. I have to feel that feeling. And what is that feeling? If I've never had it before, what's the feeling? Stop stressing it. I meant it when I said, when I decided to throw out what everybody else was saying we had to do to manifest, and I threw it out the fucking window and I made my own decision. Now, I'm I'm gonna just decide that I'm this person. I'm just gonna decide to be this person, period. Right? You just knowing it's done is enough. It's not about forcing a feeling. It's really not. I used the example in a live stream of mine a long ass time ago. Like, I know I'm a mom. I just know it. Right? It felt happy and amazing when I gave birth, or like the moment I knew I was pregnant. But, after a week or two of him being here, it started to feel normal. After the crazy mom period, went down. And by crazy mom, meaning as in no sleeping mom. That made me a little bitchy back then. But it began to feel normal and natural because that's just who I was. I'm a mom now. It is the same thing. It's normal and natural that you're in a relationship with your specific person. It's just normal. You just know that's who you are. It's not really that much more special. It's just that. Don't worry about fake. Yes, it's not fake responses. Yes, Shoshana. Yes, it's not. It's really not. All right, so I was saying some days it's that for me. Some days I'll do that. But most of the time, it's just me making a fucking decision. Simple as that. This is who I am now. And if I'm having a day where I really don't feel like that's real, maybe my 3D's not showing me anything I like, maybe I'm having a human day, maybe that's the day that I'll get a little specific with who I'm being, like saying it out loud or in my head. And remember, to me, it doesn't feel like an affirmation. It feels like an inner conversation to my higher self. But in my opinion, who fucking cares? Call it a hybrid. If you want to think it's an affirmation, think it's a fucking affirmation and affirm. If you like the idea of talking to your higher self like I do, it's just exciting to me. It's an inner fucking conversation. It's whatever you decide. Doesn't matter. But some days it's just that. And some days it's just me waking up and saying, this is who I fucking am. This is who I am. This is who I am now. Just the way it is. This is who I am now. I don't do anything else. I don't stress out because another coach in another video says, well, you need to fart 3 times in the morning first. Then you can say your affirmations. See what I'm saying? It's all opinion and hopefully experience, but they're not all from experience, unfortunately. But what's on this channel is what I do. It's me. It's my experience. Don't make this more complicated because it's really not. You have been manifesting every single day of your fucking life since you came out of the womb in some fashion or form. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, Luna. I'm just saying. Don't overthink it. Don't stress it. Decide to be who you want to be. And you don't let the 3D tell you no, because the 3D isn't telling you no. The 3D is going to say yes. Your consciousness, if you believe in God. If you don't, you believe in universe. Then the universe or moonbeams, whatever you believe in is that power that's given us the power to manifest. It's always saying yes to us. Always. You think SP doesn't love you anymore. Your consciousness, your I amness, your God, your universe, your moonbeam, your higher power, your source energy. I'm not going to say them all anymore. I'm just going to say God. It's saying yes. Okay, yes. Your SP doesn't love you anymore. Yes. SP loves me. I'm finally the version of myself that knows I am loved. Yes. Yes. Yes, your SP loves you. Yes, you now know what it feels like to be loved. Here you go. It's always saying yes. It's just we look at that 3D and we think it's saying no to us if we don't see what makes logical, linear, literal sense to us in this moment. We think the answer is no. And that's not true. Okay? It's not true. If it's not here, Deny your senses until it is. That's it. It's gonna happen. You're gonna get it. Honestly, you're going to get it. Okay? Okay. VC, thank you very much. Kim, I broke no contact with SP this week to wish him a happy birthday. He said that I am very important to him. We have been texting every day, and I think he is coming over tonight. First time we'll be seeing each other since January. Wish me luck for this time. Oh my God, VC, I hope you have the best time ever. Decide you're going to. Decide this is going to be the most amazing night tonight. Decide that this is the night where you can see it in his eyes that he is finally the version of himself who's choosing you and only you. Decide this is your catalyst moment. This is the catalyst moment that solidifies your own knowingness that, oh yeah, this manifestation is mine. This is the catalyst moment. I know it is. We have that power. We are so powerful. We can decide our power moments, our catalyst moments on our bridge of incidents. That is amazing. And oh my God, thank you for such an amazing, Jesus, very expensive super chat. That was very, very nice of you. Thank you. And I'm very happy with you. And I don't think it's a big deal that you wished him happy birthday. You reached out and you said happy birthday. Big fucking deal. Good for you. Because I already know some people are panicking like, oh, she had to reach out. She took action. If you're someone who does not want to reach out to your specific person or take action to get to your specific person, you don't have to. That doesn't have to be you too. Not everybody's going to have the same journey. Not everyone's going to have the same journey. Do not panic. Well done, VC. So we're all deciding with you this is going to be the best night ever for you. I know the lighting is really sucking right now, but I don't know if you can see it. Like, the sun is going down. Okay. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. It just updated on Queen Betch's diarrhea comment. What's the fucking chances of that? Oh no, I just realized something because I see Lisa's comment. Oh no. I missed the member chats, didn't I? Fuck a duck. Fuck. And Lisa even fucking warned me and I didn't see it. Oh my God. I think what's making it worse is Lisa fucking sent a message and I didn't see it. Yeah. Please retype them. Retype them. Yes, please. Retype them, but before you send them, put in all capitals in the beginning of your chat message. Even though you're putting it in the regular chat, put in all caps membership chat so I know it's yours. It'll grab my attention on the screen, okay? Damn, even if you got to do a part 1 or a part 2, I don't care, but put that big membership chat thing so it'll catch my attention. Oh man. Yes, BC, you tell yourself it is the catalyst motherfucking moment. Yes. Salty, you can retype a bitch, even if you gotta send more than one. Send it. This is exciting. You just, listen, VC, your story in itself just zhuzhed people, giving them hope. This is good. Rania, that's okay. Send it in parts. I don't care. But make sure you put the membership thing so it catches my attention because you know. I will forget if you don't. Okay, there's JT's. Hi, Kim. When you got into the state in September, did it feel like you're in relationship with SP all the time, or was it more like calm, it's done? Also, were you feeling your state all the time once you got into it properly? Also, you're so fabulous. Oh, thank you so much, JT. Okay, so no, I'm gonna keep it real. In September, I was in a shit state. So I would have very, very fleeting moments of getting into a more desirable state. Fleeting moments. Hence why I know you can still manifest even if you fall out of the state. Hence why I know this. But actually, September is not the reason why I know it. I knew it from way back in solo vacation. I knew it, right? But so let me read your question again, make sure I'm answering specifically. Let's see. When you got into the state in September, did it feel like you're in a relationship with SP all the time? Okay, so when I got into that state, because if you remember, this is not me saying to not focus on your SP, but for me in September, I took focus away from SP and put it all on me relative to SP. I'm hoping that makes sense. So in other words, instead of me focusing on, SP loves me, SP chooses me, SP wants me, instead of, because that sounded so like what I've already done on my game. I'd already done that, and I wanted more, and I was in a less favorable state where I was fucking full on panicking, thinking I was stuck there and terrified of reflecting in my 3D, right? So I stopped focus. And I mean, I stopped putting specific focus on all categories. All the focus got turned into me. Meaning, who am I? Who am I versus my relationship, versus love, versus do I have a story on, with SP? Who am I? This is when I bring up like being authentic to what you're really thinking and feeling about yourself. Because me being in that less favorable state brought up things to my attention that I didn't even realize that were still brewing on top of the things that I knew I had been putting Band-Aids on. So I would let's say I went to the love category and I got really real on what I really had been thinking about myself versus love. In other words, did I think it was actually possible for me to experience a relationship where I truly believed that person was choosing me and loving me unconditionally? And no, my answer was no. I don't know if that was possible for me. That was my answer in September. I don't know if it's possible. I know that I've experienced what I think is love, but I was getting to a point where that was not satisfying to me anymore. So I don't know, right? That was my answer. I don't know, because that's not how I feel. But then also put in perspective of me, I knew I was in a less favorable state. It felt scary as hell. I felt like I was trapped there. Oh, the panic. So when I would have my fleeting moments, now I would say my first 2-ish weeks of September is when I would have, the very fleeting moments. As September moved on, it wasn't that I was getting longer and longer moments, but maybe more succession of them, if that makes sense. And how did I feel? Did I feel I was in the relationship with SP? It felt more like how I word it, like, oh my God, this is what it feels like to be chosen. This is the feeling. Holy shit, I'm finally feeling it now. And that's why I worded it that way. That's what I would say to myself. Because initially, no, I didn't believe that. I didn't feel like that. that came. So in those fleeting moments that I would get into a favorable state, the first 2 weeks that I'm referring to, I need to make a video on this is what I need to do. But I would feel lighter. But I don't know that I don't think I was getting all the way to that end state. That came later in the month. But when I would get there, it would be an amazing fucking feeling that I can't describe. It just felt like I know what it feels like to be chosen now. I know what it feels like. This is what I am interpreting as unconditional love. I feel it. This is that feeling. It's a knowing, it's a trust. Yes, it's calm, and it's such a holy shit, I'm going to have this. I know I'm having all of this, because remember, I didn't stick to just the love category. I went to, money, career, health. I went to all my categories and did an authentic inventory of who I really believed I was. And that's why I word it that way. Who do you believe you are relative to the categories? Not how you think SP is showing up right now. Who you think you are. What you think you're really capable of manifesting. What do you think you're really capable of experiencing? Because chances are some of us are probably having more limited beliefs on what you think you're capable of than you're even aware of. So I guess I felt both. I guess, yes, towards the end of the month, though. Yeah, it felt like, yes, this is what it feels like to be in that relationship. But it was a calm knowing. It was all of the emotions, it felt surreal. And then when it completely showed in the 3D, I felt I'm experiencing surreal, like the real surreal, because this is exactly what I felt like when I was in those states. It's here. It's literally here. And that is something I would say to myself when I was having my little inner conversation with my 4D self. It brought peace to me to think that I was talking to my higher self. That brought me peace. Because it felt like, even if there's not a real higher Kim, even if there's really not, it brought me peace thinking that she's me and she's working with me and she's pulling me to where I need to be so that I can have what I fucking really want in my life. And, a big thing was, how do I want to feel when I wake up in the morning? But, I cannot stress this enough. I would fall right back out. And I would fall right back out. And it felt like I was out of that fucking pleasurable state much longer than I was in it. That's what it felt like to me. I was more in a shitty state than I was a more favorable state. But what I can tell you is, other than the fact that I'm sweating, the first week or two, I was in such fear of my 3D because I'm not stupid. I clearly have plenty of knowledge on states of consciousness. I was in pure bracing for impact mode, waiting for that 3D to blow up because I knew it would have to reflect me, right? But I will tell you, I did begin to get into a place of zero fucks given. Even when I was in my victim state, I was still in that place of, I don't have to be afraid of anything out here. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm uncomfortable. I don't like how I feel, but I'm not going to sit here and be afraid of out here anymore because I have a knowing. And like I said, this was me being in my unfavorable state. I had my knowing towards the end of the month. This was not happening the first 2 weeks. Cannot stress it. The first 2 weeks, I was a fucking basket case. But my knowing, just like the knowing came in during my solo vacation, that knowing came back like, at minimum, I know manifestation is real. I believe it. I've had too much experience for me to not believe in manifestation. I've had way too much experience. I know this 3D is going to have to reflect these favorable states that I'm getting to. Because initially, remember, when I say favorable, it's because I was not getting to the full wish fulfilled initially. But I knew, and so I would say towards the end of the month is when any fear of that 3D, that was really falling away. And it's because of my belief. And this is why I say it on my channel all the time. Yes, it's true. You do not have to believe to manifest. You absolutely do not. However, when you do have belief, when you do have trust that despite your circumstances, you're going to get what you want, when you have that comfort in belief, it makes your shitty victim state moments a little less painful. I stand by that because I lived it. The more you can just allow yourself to trust that everything's going to be okay, that eventually you're going to get what you're, pushing out. It's going to happen. The quicker you're going to be able to walk your way out of that victim state. It is a benefit to believe in this shit. It's a benefit. Yes, makes sense. Right now, I'm just feeling calm, zero fucks, most of the time and happy. I have got rid of shitty thoughts. I have fleeting moments too and feel more natural in them. Thank you, Kim. JT, I love that you said that about the feeling more natural in them, because that was something also that I can tell you all like it's been a couple years since that solo, the most famous solo vacation that I always refer to. I can tell you that even along my journey, being in favorable state, being in my relationship over the last, 2 years, as fucked up as I felt in September, when I would get into the more favorable states, I can comfortably tell you with total confidence that it was odd how natural and normal, and that is probably where that comfortable knowing feeling was coming from. It's because that wish fulfilled that I was going for, it is, I think, out of my entire journey, even though September was rough, those more favorable states felt real to me. They felt natural. Like, yes, that I know I'm having that. I know I am that person. I know I am. It doesn't feel like I'm trying to attain a state. It felt more of, no, I was really stepping in to who I'm supposed to be. And by supposed to, or the phrase meant to be, it's a desire to be that version of self. But it felt like I'm meant to have this. I am meant to be that version of myself, because that's the version, which is this version right now, for what it's worth. That is the version of me I'm supposed to be, because that's me having my joys. That's me happy to wake up in the morning version of self. I know I'm wording that all over the place, but I don't know how else to describe it. But yes, natural. And it's the most natural feeling I have ever truly experienced in a state of consciousness. Cannot say, as as uncomfortable as I was, I do not regret September, because it changed my fucking life. Changed my life, flipped my world on its head, and I have never been happier. Never. And I thought I was happy all along this journey. Now this is different. It's a whole fucking other level. So, we're meant to have joy and to have happiness. Okay? So, JT, did I read the second one? Okay. And obviously, I think I answered. Also, were you feeling your state all the time? Obviously, no. Right? Because I was always falling right back out. So not all the time. No. All right. Ranja Case. Okay. Number 1. Saw the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie today. Marvel are the bosses when it comes to manifesting and quantum jumping. Love it. Every analogy I get right away. Oh, love it. I need to fucking see that movie now. Love it. All right. Salty's member chat. Let's see. Kim, could you hype me up? Could you hype me up? Small improvements with SP, but he's not really talking to me, but getting jealous of other dudes. Okay. So you are getting movement from SP. You're seeing improvements in your 3D, yeah? He's jealous of you talking to other dudes. So it's pretty clear he wants you. You know what I'm saying? He wants you. But as far as hyping you up, now listen, I don't want you saying that it's just small improvements or it's getting a little better. I don't want to hear that. It's not getting a little better. It's you deciding to be a new version of yourself. So this 3D out here has no choice but to collapse and bring that full manifestation reality for you. So it's not getting a little bit better. It's not. If it's not what you want, then deny your senses until it's here. Meaning, don't get into that disappointed feeling because it's not exactly what you want, or you don't think it's a big enough journey. It's not a big enough change. Fuck that. Get into the version of yourself that is having him and allow this 3D where you feel like it's only little improvements, allow it to collapse and let the new reality in. Don't be fooled. Don't look at this as it's not moving fast enough. It's not changing enough. Fuck this. If he's not 100% who you want right now, meaning if he's not showing up as the version you prefer, we don't give a fuck how he's showing up. We know that's old manifestation. But you, above all, Salty, know you have evolved. You have shifted. You still are shifting. It's undeniable that you're going to have your full manifestation. It's undeniable. Because you're being a doer, not just a hearer. So you really don't even need the zhuzh. You don't. And this is for anybody. If you don't see what you want in the 3D, there's no reason to panic. There's no reason to panic. No reason to panic. If it's really unfavorable in the 3D, okay, well, that's a manifestation of your old self. That's all it is. Return to your decision to be your new self so that reality can show up. Nothing can deny you. Nothing can be an obstacle to your manifestation. Nothing. We get fooled by our 3D. But Salty, you are fucking shifting and moving. You know you're going to get this. There is nothing to fear. Honestly, there's nothing to fear. He's moving and a grooving. And right now you're seeing a version of him that is jealous if you're talking to anybody else. See, you already comfortably know that he wants you. You might not like how he's been showing up and showing that, because he's showing it by not wanting you to talk to anybody else but him, right? So that we don't want that version of him, but it's still a version where he is showing that he is still into you. This is just not full manifestation, right? We don't believe in partial or half-ass manifestations. We don't believe in those. We believe that if it's not what I want, it's not here yet. Right? Return to the version of self that has your manifestation. You don't have to be afraid of anything. I think that when we're getting scared, it's because we're overthinking. And most of the time when we're worrying about our manifestation, we're thinking a logical thought, meaning we're looking at our 3D, we're sizing it up, we're thinking what we think is rationally, logically, right? We're sizing up our 3D. We don't see what we want yet, so we're making a logical decision of I'm not going to have it. It's not going to show up. It's not changing. Yes, it fucking is. Things in the 3D do not have to make sense to us in our 3D minds and our 3D eyes. They don't have to make sense to us. Sometimes things don't make sense. How does a breakup make sense to an SP manifestation? It fucking didn't. Didn't make no sense to me. I didn't like it, but I still got my manifestation. Sometimes shit doesn't make sense to our 3D limited eyes, but somehow, some way, it's still taking us to our manifestation. Okay? One moment. What am I doing? Hold on. I'm losing myself here. Okay, limitless queen bitch. You know diarrhea is hereditary. It runs in your genes. I should have known when my screen updated, but I caught the word diarrhea. I should have known I was walking into a fucking dad joke. I should have known. Batch, you nasty. Okay. Ash, thank you very much. Kim did great the first 2 weeks of challenge. The third week had 5 straight days that completely wiped out my financial progress. Decided to completely give up on manifesting. What? What? Decided to completely give up on manifesting. Because you had 5 straight days. Now, don't get me wrong. I can see they were upsetting days. Okay? Feelings are valid. But you gave up? And you bought a fucking super chat to let me know that you're giving up? You're quitting? You're throwing the fucking towel into your fucking dream life? Ash, you're a fucking HBIC. We don't give up. You're letting the 3D tell you who you are, period. Now, don't get me wrong. I know money manifestations can be just as fucking painful as SP manifestations. I know. I've manifested in both areas. I've manifested in all areas, to keep it real, though. But I get it. Okay? So although I do want to give you a 3D slap, I understand the uncomfortableness of finances. I get that part. But you're going to just fucking quit? You're just giving up? And on top of it, you're going to waste more money on a damn super chat to let me know? You're not giving up. You ain't giving up. What the fuck? We don't give up. You're allowing this to tell you who you are. Instead of seeing it as, hey, maybe this is the manifestation of my shitty old thinking. The version of myself that doubted, that didn't believe that this was possible for me. I mean, really, let's think about this. If I was to give up every time the 3D farted fucking sideways, and I've had some shit. I've had uncomfortable experiences. Everybody on this damn journey at some point has uncomfortable days. You had 5 days in a row. I understand what you're saying about it wiping out your finances. I get that, okay? I'm not making light of that. But I am making fucking like what the fuck about you giving up completely. You're allowing that 3D to tell you, no. No, we don't give up. Now, I don't care if you want to change your career, but you're not giving up on manifesting. You're still fucking manifesting. You're doing it whether you want to do it or not. You have a choice. Instead, you can decide, fuck that. I don't care what the 3D says. I don't like it. It's not comfortable. This pisses me off. I don't have to like it. I don't have to be happy about my 3D. I can be pissed that my 3D is telling me something I don't fucking like, but I don't have to give up. I can refuse to go back to old self. I can do that. I can refuse to be my old victim ass self, and I can choose to be the version of myself that is refusing to be told no. How many people in life, and let's just keep it real, how many people in life have gone for their dreams and have had the fucking door shut in their face over and over and over, but they don't give up, and somehow magically they get to be exactly what they were dreaming of? You're gonna let this steal your fucking joy? You're gonna let this say you can't have this? You can't be whatever it is, the career title, you can't do this, you can't have this, you can't be it, haha. It's not yours. You're not the god of your reality. Knowing you are. But you're letting circumstances fucking tell you who you are. And that's a vicious, miserable, scary fucking cycle to be on. Listen, if I had given up every time my fucking 3D farted sideways, I would have nothing. I would have nothing. We don't give up. We are fucking HBICs. We are the head bitches in charge, okay? We don't give up. Now, if you're fucking angry over your 3D, you're angry over what happened, get it out. Release it out. Scream it out. Cry it out. But don't let the 3D tell you who you are. Fuck that. No, it doesn't just work for some people, but if you keep thinking that, yeah, that's what you're going to see in your 3D. This is a what you believe to be true will be true. You know what it sounds like to me, in all seriousness? It sounds like death to the old man for you, Ash. Death to the old man, which can be fucking uncomfortable. And the 3D can feel like dog shit. But when you refuse to give in, it doesn't mean you can't have emotions and feelings over what you're seeing and experiencing. Right? I'm not telling you that you cannot be upset over what you've experienced. I'm not telling you that. I would be upset too. I would have an emotional reaction because I'm a fucking human being and so are you. It's not about you denying how you feel. When my solo vacation popped up, when September fucking popped up, I went right back to that place of being fucking angry at my 3D and angry at manifestation, angry at anything about manifesting, feeling ripped off by That's called being human. But you can still refuse. It doesn't work for some people. It works for all people at all times. Okay? All people at all times. You are manifesting your world at all times. We don't give up. We don't give up. We don't let the 3D tell us. How many times did Neville get the door slammed in his face? You are in Barbados. He was doubting. He wasn't believing. He wasn't trusting. And Abdullah didn't give a fuck. Abdullah kept fucking slamming that door. Neville wanted to go home, but couldn't afford it for 12 years. And in a few short months of learning from Abdullah, he turned that situation around. But he doubted. I had one of my lovely HBICs ask me a question of concern. She thought, it took Neville 12 years to manifest that? No, for 12 years, he's wanted to go to Barbados. It took him a few months to manifest it. He wasn't consciously manifesting for 12 years. So if anybody heard me, read from that excerpt, don't panic. It didn't take him 12 years. But seriously, it's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to be fucking pissed. I didn't want to call you out, Stacy. I wasn't going to say it was you. All right, I'm losing my light, so I'm going to have to go here for a minute. I'm going to be eating cold fucking pizza too, because I love you guys. But Ash, no, you ain't giving up. I refuse. And from my perception, you're in my reality, so I'm refusing to allow you to give up. I'm not telling you to just fucking get over it that you had a shitty circumstance, okay? I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you, don't let this be the circumstance that steals this from you. Because there's nothing outside of us, right? The pearl of great price. There is nothing outside of us. It is us. It is us. Don't give up. Don't let this fucking define you, Ash. This is going to be a catalyst moment for you, if you will allow it to be. This is going to be a circumstance that you're going to end up sharing with somebody else who's manifesting money. And you're going to be able to refer to this moment and say, well, hey, I went through this. But now look where I am. Let this be that. Like I allow my old solo vacation to be the example that I use relentlessly on this channel. I was angry at the world on that solo vacation. I was angry at the fucking world. I was sad. I was down. I was depressed. I was fucking miserable. But guess what? It's given me a lot of video content. Yeah, it's given me a lot of video content. And I ended up getting my fucking manifestation to boot. Don't let this steal from you. Because you're choosing to let it be an obstacle. And I know that sounds harsh, but I'm keeping it real. Initially, I was allowing that to give me, the reason to not trust manifesting. I was allowing that to steal my manifestation from me. I was allowing a 3D circumstance to tell me who I was. But I didn't understand states of consciousness yet. That was a result of that solo vacation. Let this be nothing more than something you're going to look back at and be so glad that you didn't give up. We let our logical minds come in and start taking over again. Don't let the logical mind take over, Ash. This is going to be a reference point for you. This is going to be a circumstance that you're going to share with somebody else, and you're going to show them how you got to the other side of it, just like I did. Okay? Now, because clearly I'm at the point where I'm almost off the screen because I'm in the dark, right? I'm going to go eat my dinner. If you bought super chats, I don't think I need to say it, but I'll say it again. I do make videos answering the super chats. Okay. Please. You know I do. All right. Thanks, Drew. Love you too, Rania. Ash, you're not giving up. Take a fucking break. Chill. You can put manifestation to the side. Take a break. Recenter yourself. And get authentic to what you're truly thinking and believing, what you're allowed to have. What do you think you are really capable of having in your 3D? We already know one of them is you think it only works for some people. We already know you got one limiting belief that's got to fucking go. But what else are we thinking? Love you all. Bye. Bye, Salty. Bye, Stacy. Seriously. What else is in there that you're thinking of limited beliefs? Really think about what you're thinking about yourself, but right now take a break from it, but then get back on it. You're not giving up. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you think you're giving up. At some point, you will come back. You will. And you're going to be glad you did. All right? You're not, listen, I have a feeling there's a part of you thinking that you have been a fool for trusting manifestation during this time. Because I thought the same thing. I thought I was a fool to trust manifestation. When that solo vacation popped up in my 3D, I was so fucking angry. I was so mad at myself for trusting manifestation, trusting the law of assumption, how stupid I was to put my hope and my trust in this stupid spiritual shit. That's exactly what I thought. But honestly, I am so glad that I didn't give up. You're right, Ash. You're right. Most people don't have to think like that. Most people don't have to experience that. I'm assuming you mean you just created that belief this Friday was that it works for other people. You mean that? Okay. This is me saying this to you. I want you to hear me. And in this moment, you might not be ready to receive what I'm saying to you, but at least it's in the video for you to come back to. No one, okay? I figured, Ash. I understand because I did too, but I want you to hear this. Like I said, in this moment, you might not be in the place to receive what I'm about to say to you, and that is okay. Even if you leave here kind of annoyed with me, you're going to come back. You're going to come back and you're going to listen to this, and you're going to be ready then to receive it. So just listen to me. Number one, you're not a fool. You're not a fool for trusting manifestation. You're not. You weren't stupid for trusting it. Nobody is. And no one here, and I think you already know this goes without saying, no one here is trying to say to you that your current circumstance is not important and that we just expect you to fucking get over it, Ash. Right? No one is sending you that message, because everyone's circumstance at that time feels like it's not relatable to anybody else. We think we're the only ones having pain. Everyone feels that way when they're experiencing something. So no one is minimizing what you're currently going through. No one is. But it's a circumstance. It's a circumstance that has gotten to you. It has affected you. It has throttled you. It has shaken you. Now, it's not your 3D testing you. It's not the universe. It's not God. No one's testing you. This is not a test. I sincerely think this is just a manifestation of your old self. Old fears around money. I really do think that. Now, as far as you thinking, I only just created the belief that it works for some people on this Friday, I believe you. But I do strongly feel that there has to be other money fears, money beliefs in there for that to push out. So in other words, this is not about you blaming or shaming yourself in any way, shape, or form. This is more of, let's take an authentic look. What are your fears around money? What are your fears? Let's not even call them limited beliefs, because fuck that for a second. What are your fears? Because I'm sure at some point, because I do remember what you do for a living. I'm not going to say it on here unless you put it on here. But I remember what you do. I'm sure the fear has entered your mind of something like this happening. The fear of losing it in one shot. The fear of that. Right? I'm sure that has come into your mind more than once on this journey. So there's got to be something else in there that you're thinking around money. And if we get to that and decide that's not who you are anymore, it will change. Your world will change. I know right now this circumstance has you feeling like it's not fixable. It's not something that can turn around. I know that feeling. But we can get out of there. We can get out of this. Think. Take the time when you're ready to think, what do I really believe about myself and money? What do I think I'm really allowed to have? Because I believed I wasn't allowed to have a certain amount of money in my bank account. I didn't think I was allowed because I didn't think that I was that kind of person, right? I always, even though I come off as sarcastic and sassy, old Kim didn't think she belonged in a category of people that has money, right? Because I always saw myself as less than. I wasn't good enough to be someone with a decent bank account. That's I didn't feel good enough. I didn't feel comfortable to be a version of myself like that. I saw, I would saw what my opinion of, rich people, that I wasn't anything like them. So I would never be allowed in that crowd. Not that I give a fuck about the crowd, but I mean for the bank accounts. So I knew that. I didn't think I was allowed to be rich. Right? So really, really dig deep when you're ready, because we're gonna find a limiting belief around money in there. And even if it's a fear of how you have people relying on you, the fear of disappointing them, the fear of being able to not take care of them, that could be in there too. And we can change it all. And your 3D can go like that, change just like that. All right? So on that note, I do have to go. But Ash, take your break. When you're feeling a little less stressed, you fucking get back right over here. All right? Even if we've got to push you into a state, we will walk you through it. Okay? And on that note, remember I said that if you bought Super Chats, okay? Sweet tea, that's an excellent response. Sweet tea, you ought to read that, Ash. Sweet tea's response was helpful. Okay? Love you too, Betch. I love you all. I will record, your Super Chats. Okay? Love you all. I'm going to go reheat my pizza. I won't be adding pineapple, though, Fandom Geek. I won't. Me, pizza and pineapple are not friends. I would like them separate. Okay? All right. Love you all. I'll see you all probably tomorrow.